you. Yes, perfect.
Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
That's good. That's
Finally
good.
back at home. I told you I was stuck at Club Whole Foods.
Yes, an expensive club with the cover, I'm sure.
Jesus, I'm like, listen, everybody in their mind. It's not even a lot of people. It's just how they have to do
Yeah,
stuff now. It's just like
yeah. You gotta wait
then you
outside.
got to wait for the people inside to get done shopping,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that
Well,
whole situation.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started and let people come in later. A lot of people watch the replay and all that other stuff. So we're just gonna go ahead
Yeah,
and get
for
started.
sure.
Thank you guys for joining us. This is on behalf again of Faith Global. We are a nonprofit providing different services for artists. So again, it's Faith Global. Shout out to them. Thank you so much. It is a foundation for artistic talent empowerment. So I want to know. My first question is, how did you realize that you had a gift of like singing, of like writing or whatever? Because I know a lot of times we go and don't even realize it.
Um, I think I realized I was about like two or three,
Mhm.
and I would sing my solo in church, and then there was this older man. He was like a grandpa to me at the church that I grew up in, and
Yeah.
he would um he would always give me $1 after I sang a solo. I was like, "What?
Yes.
This is dope. I must really sound good."
Yeah.
So I really and then just on top of how older people, adults would come up to me when I was a child and just be like, "Girl, you sang that song and
Mm.
you just made me cry." I would get
Yeah.
people emotional since I was younger, so I always knew I had a gift in some
Hmm.
sense, and my mom did not play, so she
Hmm.
made sure I was on point. So
Yes.
if
I
she
love
she was
that.
invested in it, so
Yes.
if
I love
she was
that.
invested in it, so I was like, okay,
Mhm.
this must be lit.
Yeah. And so, how did you translate that? Because a lot of people, again, do have that talent. They grow up singing in church. I grew up singing in church too. And,
Yeah.
I think, how do you transfer that into, okay, I want to be in the music industry? Like, how did you get your start into the music industry?
Um, I just think it's learning how to reach out, learning how to network, and I literally
Mm-hmm.
just started on MySpace. I sent my who be the person who became my mentor, Pierre Medora. I sent him a message on MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yeah, I would love to work when you come to Atlanta," because I was still in Pittsburgh at the time. So,
Shout out to
um,
Pittsburgh. I'm from
yeah.
Youngstown, Ohio, so I fly
Oh
out of
yeah, same
Pittsburgh.
thing, same thing,
Yes,
same,
yes,
different, different.
yes.
It's same thing. But it just I somebody answered. I
Yeah.
sent messages to a lot of people that I've actually ended up working with anyway.
Hmm.
But I reached out and the right
Hmm.
person answered, and he taught me so much. I learned so much from him, and I think that was the right person to learn from. So,
Hmm.
it's all about timing and
Hmm.
effort, because
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of people ask that question, but then they don't do nothing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people want to know, like, "Oh, how did you like?" You don't
I,
stop.
I would agree with that because a lot of people, you realize that you give people advice and then they don't take your advice. So then you're just like, oh,
Yeah, they
okay,
just
this is
like
weird.
put it in a box, put it in their pocket, and
Hmm.
like I don't know what you do with it, but you know,
Hmm.
um, it's just consistency
Hmm.
and taking chances, reaching out.
Hmm.
You never know who's gonna respond.
Yeah.
Timbaland might respond.
So true. Yes.
I
You
mean,
never know. And if he
you just
doesn't
never
respond, no
know.
harm, no foul.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
The right people will respond. Know that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. If you guys have questions for Blush, you guys can use the question box. It's like right there. I'm like pointing to it. You can use the question box. So I want to know about your first cut. How did you? What was your first cut? How did that happen?
I think my first cut ever was Tanisha Kelly,
Okay.
How to Love.
Oh wow.
And Pierre was working on Tanisha's album, so
Mm-hmm.
that's how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, he had already been producing records for her and writing for her
Mm-hmm.
and vocal producing her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was an easy layup. Shout out to Pierre. And yeah, that's how I got my first placement.
Mhm. Okay. And so, because you talked about how you were putting music on MySpace and all that other stuff, but was it just because you're a phenomenal singer as well?
Oh, thank
You're a
you.
songwriter, but your voice, oof, amazing.
Thank
So,
you.
were you just gonna start just like, okay, I'm gonna be a singer, or were you just like, oh, I'm gonna be a writer too? Like, how did you know, like, oh, I should start writing music as well?
Pierre. Because I was an artist when I moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
I was writing songs, but I didn't
Hmm.
think songwriting was what I do now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I didn't really think it was a like whole thing. So when working with him, he's very like, get in the pocket, get on he's
Yeah.
very much like, no, okay, is that a conversation you would have? Is that something you would say? Like, is that
Hmm.
something you would, you know,
Hmm.
do? Like these lyrics, you gotta sell the song. You gotta really sing that. That's why I sing my demos like I sing them, because
Yeah.
I used to be like, real like, straight. And then he just taught me how to sing with passion. He taught me the
Hmm.
importance of selling the record.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think songwriting was, uh, a whole thing. People think artists write their own songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you
People still
know,
think that. Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, that's how I got into it.
Okay, okay. So people, they come and they see, again, we're here on behalf of Fake Global. Shout out to the company. It is a nonprofit. And if you guys do have questions, you guys can leave it in the question box. So I wanted to know, because a lot of times people see your highlight reel, they see your accomplishments, they see, you writing for amazing, you work with so many amazing artists. And so I wanted to know what adversities have you run into and how did you overcome them?
Um, okay, so very, very good question, very broad question, because there's adversities in every
There is.
layer of this shit.
Oh,
So
I
it's
bet.
more of like adversities in what?
And huh, and your music career as a songwriter, are there any things that you're willing to share?
Yeah.
Lessons that you learned about, like, okay, this situation happened. It was a terrible situation, but I learned so much from that situation,
Um,
and I
yeah.
overcame it.
My first deal, my first publishing deal, wasn't that
Okay.
it was a bad deal. I just didn't know what the hell I was signing.
Okay.
So I didn't really understand MDRC and delivery and like
Mm,
licensing and uh splits and all these things.
mm,
They say $100,000. You're like, yep.
mm.
You know what I mean? I'm fresh off the boat. I don't know what's going
Right.
on. I'm like, Jerry Wonder or Legends taking me to Sony.
Yeah.
That's how I got my deal. I came in on a very high note. And when you're in a
Mm,
position like that, I was very young. I was a new mom.
mm,
I was in Atlanta by myself. I had a lot of elements that were at the time scary.
mm,
It was like, I needed to, and you make decisions based off of circumstances a lot.
mm.
But
Yeah,
I've
so
had to
true.
learn how to say no even when I'm broke. That's a real
Mm,
uh brokenness is an adversity in this game. You will be broke
mm,
until you get
mm,
it.
mm,
Period. Like I don't care unless you come from a good family background. I don't
mm.
even care. LA is expensive. It don't matter.
Very expensive,
It really don't
yes.
even matter. So, depending on where you are and what you're doing, you always have adversities. But I just think me not knowing myself was a big adversity. Me
Mm.
not knowing
In terms of like
my
your worth and your talent, or like
yeah,
just
like just
okay.
not knowing my worth, not knowing how valuable I was, not knowing how important I was to the room.
Hmm.
Um so it was, you have fights with your friends. You
Hmm.
have fights with your mama, you have fights with your daddy, but and you're gonna have fights with, you're gonna have adversities with artists that you work with. You're not gonna like
Hmm.
some of them.
Mm.
You're not
Okay.
gonna agree with what they want to talk about. You're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna, you know, agree with the direction that maybe you're happy and they want to be sad. Maybe you're sad and they want to be happy. You know, there's
Mm-hmm.
always some sense of adversity. It's
Mm-hmm.
just more of like you,
Mm-hmm.
who you are,
Yeah.
what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to deal with, what you're mentally capable of dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Goals, aspirations, who you actually want to work with. Why are you working with this person? You know, there's so many layers to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, people got attitudes, people got egos,
Yeah.
people got agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, that's all that
That's yeah, and that's
there's gonna be a
honestly
lot of adversity for sure.
yeah, yeah. I bet. I see you guys are you guys are asking questions, and I love it. But can you guys please use the question box because it's just so hard to read with the comments going up so quickly. So you have written Blush with so many amazing artists: Demi Lovato, Mary J. Blige, Chris Brown, Megan Trainor, Kelly Clarkson, Bruno Mars, so many people. Can you
Yeah.
talk about one of your best experience working with one of those artists? What was it like?
I think I think the one that I love the most that I really feel like I'll always cherish is me and Demi because
Mm-hmm.
we connected at a really crazy time, and I think in both of our lives, and we wrote about it. And every time we
Mm-hmm.
get together, we write about, you know, the moment. Like, and I just love her realness. I love that she is who she says she is. You know what I mean? She
Mm-hmm.
cares. You know, like I spent Christmas with her and her family. Like I've never done that with another artist. Like no
Oh
other
wow.
artist has even like shown me love like that. Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have any family here? Come
Mm-hmm.
come. You know, just like that was special because you forget that these people are human. You forget that you're human
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because you're constantly in the position to have just that moment. Y'all leave and you never speak again. I've worked with people I've never spoken to again,
Mm-hmm.
or I've seen out and about, but I haven't. You know, I don't know them. I don't probably don't even have their number.
Is that like? Because I feel like a lot of times we have this misconception of that, like yeah, you guys are friends. So is that weird? Because I
Well,
act
no,
as well.
I mean, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I act, and so like a lot of times people think that I know these people, and I'm like, no, we barely talked on set. It was
Yeah,
literally just like we said our lines and then we went home. And
yeah.
so is that how do you maneuver that situation of creating this bond with someone, creating a song that people are singing around the world internationally, and
Yeah.
it's not necessarily you guys are not. How do you maneuver that?
Like, you have to get used to it, and it all,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it depends on you as a person. I've had to unlearn a lot of things that are normal in the normal world, but the music industry is not normal.
Right. Yes.
So, you know, it's very fleeting. It's like you're on a high and then you leave and it's back to normal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just not the
Yeah.
same. So, you know, it's not weird. It's weird at first, but you start to
Mm.
understand that. I mean, if you worked in the dentist office, everybody ain't your friend.
True,
Everybody
true,
wasn't your friend in high school.
true. That's true.
Everybody ain't your friend at your first job.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like Rebecca.
Not
Rebecca
Becky.
didn't like
Not
you.
Becky.
Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like there was that one at the job that was like, ooh,
Yeah.
if she say something to me today, I swear to God. You know, so it's gonna be that's gonna be everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
it's literally about like, you know, I've learned to let go. If you don't want to be my, I mean, you some, but I get where artists are coming from now because once you're
Right.
in the game for a while, you start to see they're humans. They got
Mm-hmm.
insecurities, they got fears. They don't know if I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to be their friend just to get a record off.
Yeah.
They don't know if I'm trying to get in their space to get in their business to sell that shit to TMZ because that shit
Mm.
happens.
Oh wow.
You know, like these people are in the spotlight. To me, to us that are in the studio, these are it's like, oh, okay. It's like it's nothing, but it's like we don't get the whole like I know somebody would probably stab me to be in the studio with Demi.
Mm-hmm.
Would
Yes.
you get what I'm saying?
Especially
Like some
nowadays,
of the
for
rooms
sure.
that I've been in, I know some people their fans are like, oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
But
Intense.
for me, I'm just like, I'm doing my job. Like I see,
Right.
it doesn't. I'm
Mm-hmm.
more starstruck over actors and stuff because I don't.
Yeah.
That's not something I run into all the time. But
Oh, I see.
it's different. But you have your moment. I was really close to an artist I was working with, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought, you think I'm giving all this, I'm helping you, I'm building you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm you for real. I'm, contributing
You're
to your
singing my
life.
life.
You're taking these
Yes.
songs, you're performing them, you're getting
Uh-huh.
all the praise in the world, you're getting endorsements, you're getting all these things.
Yeah.
And I would think that you would have my back in times where I needed you to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the same.
Wow.
It's not always the same.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is. And then sometimes you just have to figure out your limits. And that's just in life, your limits with people in general. So you know who to call. You can't call everybody when you broke.
Ooh, well,
Okay?
that's true.
You can't call everybody when you broke, baby.
You can. That's a
You know the
word.
people
Somebody
you can
caught it.
call. Catch it. Catch
Somebody.
it. Amen.
It's a word. I felt it.
Yeah. You can't call everybody. You know who you can call. You know the people, and and that's the same thing that goes for artists and people you work with. Everybody you don't know. I've been homeless. I can tell you I've been homeless. You don't know when I was homeless because I was probably homeless in your face,
Wow.
and you had no idea because it
Mm.
wasn't for you. Because we didn't
Yeah.
have that relationship. But the ones
Mm.
that my people, my friends, like my best friends, the people closest to me, know what I've really been through.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And that's I'm gonna tell my story.
Mm.
It's different when I'm telling you rather than you knowing my business in the moment.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's a different, and I think
Very
that
different.
it gives you a
Okay.
different perspective and
Yes.
a more
When
of a
you see me go
comfortability.
through it and I'm telling you what I overcame
Yeah.
rather than you judging me in the moment of me
Yeah.
being that.
Mm.
Do you get
Mm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
It's
I feel you.
different.
Yeah, for sure.
People
For sure.
look at you different. People, depending on who they are. If they're the
Yeah.
right people, then they like, here, I got you. Which I have a lot of those people in my life. And if you don't have a circle, you need to find one.
Ooh, truly.
Because
So we,
this is a very confusing road.
yeah.
And you will get caught up and you will get lost and you will be wasting
Mhm.
your time trying to be
Yes.
somebody's friend
Yes.
instead of getting your work off.
Yeah, this is music business, not music
It's
friendships.
business, okay?
So we have a few questions from the questions box.
Yay!
Someone wants to know. A lot of people want to work with you. Someone wants to know, what is your writing process like?
Ooh, I mean, it's different depending on like who I'm in the room with. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I got certain people I work with, like my homie Fresh, and
Mm-hmm. Oh, shout out to him.
I love Fresh.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's so
It's just
cool.
very random. Like we'll just vibe and like we'll bounce off each other. A lot of the times I'm more melody driven
Okay.
and I'll just go in the booth and freestyle and people tell me they hear words. I don't know I'm saying words, but I just be blacking out. I don't really have a like set process. I do know that if I don't like the whole beat, like it just depends. I'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
to strip that whole beat down to a piano. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
yes.
Because some people are really dead set on that beat, or I only have 5 beats. And I've learned just how to work in all types of scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is all you got, we're going to have to figure it out because I don't like the
Mm-hmm.
beat, but I do like the piano.
Yeah.
And you can make shit work. It don't got to be like, oh, I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have to be a dead end. You don't have to waste your time, but
Yeah.
you
You can
know,
maneuver the situation.
yeah, like I was in with this producer. He done produced a lot of shit, and he was trying to put some drums on this song. I said, I don't like drums. I don't want no drums. So next session we had, he was like, he's like, I ain't gonna add no drums. I already know Blush don't want no drums. And it's just like, but we respect each other. You learn how to
Yeah.
work with each other. It's not like he's like, oh, fuck Blush. She don't like when I do drums. He's like, I want to work with you, so let's make it work.
Right.
It's like any relationship. We
Yeah.
both different, but shit, we can figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I like that. So do you? So are you always just like working with a producer, or do you ever just write like music by yourself at the piano on a guitar?
I don't play either. I wish I did. I'd
Mm-hmm.
never had the patience. But I like to start with the producer at the piano on the
Okay.
guitar. I wish I could play myself, but listen,
Or
when
even
this
just
quarantine is over,
acapella.
I'm getting my nails done. I don't have nails now, but listen, okay? But
I feel you.
I like starting from scratch. I used to
Mm.
love beats because I was trying to like, when you first start, you want to get 20 songs off. Like, let me get, I did 20 songs today.
Not today.
I did 30 songs today. Who want it? Who need reference? When you first get in, you want to prove yourself, tell everybody you
Yeah.
work hard. So,
Hmm.
but I've just learned quality over quantity.
Mm.
And I can do one dope song a day, if that,
Hmm.
on the piano. Start with the piano, guitar, build it from there. Very simple. Don't send me beats because they'll die in my computer. I'm gonna just say that.
Oh,
I love instrumentation, so I'll just listen to a beat and fall in love with it,
I don't want to add nothing
and then
to it.
it's dead to me. Yeah, and it's just like I don't want to do anything. I just want it to sound like this,
Yeah. Oh, how
So,
fascinating.
but some people really love beats. I mean, but I just love the process of like, ooh, let's add, or maybe like a sound, just like the excitement of layering the record, building the record. Like, ooh, what was that you
Hmm.
said? Okay,
Hmm.
did they play that? It's just like it's different when you're like in the moment. I feel like
Hmm.
all the songs that we grew up, do you remember the 21st night of September? They wasn't in there like, all right, cool. So it was a strategic, like it was a
Yeah,
moment. They
it
were
was a
feeling
moment.
it. They
They
were
captured the
vibing. They were
moment. Yeah.
jamming. They were like, ooh, do that again. You get what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like, we're gonna go from this is at 3 decimal points, so we're gonna go up 5 decimal points on the pre because it raises the vibrate.
Hmm.
Listen,
Yeah,
some
I've
people it
noticed
works
that.
for some people.
Yeah, I've noticed that that is like a lot of people's song math is like a thing that people do versus just like feeling the record and
Hmm.
just like letting it vibe out.
But it works, like Max Martin, and I feel like Europeans in general have a very because a lot of Swedes, a lot of like
Hmm.
that part of Europe, they only digest like the top 10 songs. You get what I'm saying? Their
Yeah.
radio is not like our radio to where there's a whole bunch of like, so their ears are trained to those types of records.
Hmm.
And pop radio is very strategic. It's very much like, so
Hmm.
it works for some people and it makes sense for some people because that's what their ear is. I grew up in church, so we were always jamming.
Yes.
I grew up
Yes.
clapping at the family
Passing the
reunion and
mic.
singing. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like we grew
Hmm.
up, in that world. So it's only natural for me to create like that.
Hmm.
I've had to learn though to create
Hmm.
like they do.
Hmm.
Like on that level of creation.
Was that a
It,
difficult process?
yes.
Okay.
It was very like, ugh,
Hmm.
I don't like this. You know what I mean? But I wanted to do pop music and I wanted to be more. I wanted to have
Hmm.
more under my belt. I didn't want to be a one trick pony.
Hmm.
So you have to. It was very humbling, but these are people who are extremely successful.
Hmm.
So it works in some sense. It makes sense to a lot of
Yeah.
people. So it's not that it's wrong. It's just different ways to everybody make their avocado toast different. Everybody make their hot
Mm,
dogs different. Their burgers different.
true.
Their tacos different. So I mean, why would music be any different?
Hmm.
You know?
Wow, I love that. I love that. Again, you guys, if you have any questions, I'm gonna go pull from the question box. Thanks you so much, Blush, again for joining us on behalf of Fake Global. She is a singer songwriter. So a lot of people are asking about you and K Michelle and your amazing music. So I love to. She said she misses you and K songs. You guys were epic together. How was the creative process and just working with another Black female artists.
I mean, it wasn't okay. It was amazing because I feel like me and her at the same
Mm-hmm.
time were able to get in the rooms with people that we really wanted to work with
Mm-hmm.
equally. The producers that she was able to work with on her first and second project were major producers. They're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was amazing what we accomplished. Like, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
any of her other albums have even sold what we were able to sell together
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
creatively. And it
Yeah,
was it was a
definitely one of her
ride, but it was
best.
also, like I said, there's a fine line that you have to learn
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to working with artists.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are friends, then your friends are friends, period.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just got very blurred lines because the artist has an obligation. They have a budget. They have all these elements that, they feel responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
On top of, it wasn't that she wasn't loyal. She was loyal. Like, we had each other's backs in the room,
Mm-hmm.
but it was very much a thin line. And
Mm-hmm.
we argued, we fought, we
Mm-hmm.
stopped talking
Oh.
every album.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't talking after every album. So,
Mm-hmm.
it just got to the point where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I contributed a lot. I mean, a lot. And a lot of my time, and a lot of saying no to other things because I really believed in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I really believed in what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot. It was just a lot. And it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And it
Okay.
was also like, K is K. I don't care what nobody say. K is K.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah.
would write these amazing songs, and her ass would get on Twitter, you know, doing, So it's like it just wasn't at one point at a certain point. I was just like, it's not benefiting me like it's benefiting you.
Oh, okay.
So I can't walk in a room and say I did this, and people be like, "Whoa!"
Mm-hmm.
But you can take this shit on tour and make your money.
Yeah.
You can go make an appearance and speak. I mean, like, you can run with it. I can't run
Mm-hmm.
with it. So it
Yeah.
didn't make sense to me anymore.
No, okay, I feel that. That
Do you feel
makes.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel what
Because
you're
if I'm gonna
saying.
deal with what I have to deal with,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I need this shit to make sense. I'm leaving my child.
Right.
I'm spending all my time here. I'm contributing, a lot. I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing. I'm vocal producing.
Background
I'm
vocals,
arranging. I'm doing
ranging.
backgrounds. I'm executive
Yes.
producing.
Period. Someone said period. Period.
Soda pop. I love soda. Um, you know,
Yeah, no, that makes so much sense to me. And I wanted to talk about just because you are so talented and you are really producing records, really. I don't know if you call yourself a
no,
producer.
I am. I tell
What
people what I want and I don't want in that beat.
that's a producer. That's a producer.
It is. Writers, stand up for your shit. Do not let these people play you. Producers
Hmm.
used to be the guy who they gave the
Hmm.
budget, who went and got everybody else. The drummer, the piano player, the
Hmm.
trumpets, the horns, the triangle player, the person who hit the triangle, the person who ran the little stick across the whatever for whatever sounds. That's
Hmm.
what producers are defined as.
Right.
That is not what they are doing
Hmm.
now. Okay, they are pulling up their computer and picking up a
Hmm.
whole bunch of, and you're saying nah,
Flutes.
yes, nah, yeah. You're a producer and
Yeah.
you deserve a producer's fee. Okay, so when they
Yeah.
go run up in that office and get their fee, excuse me, yeah, I'm gonna need,
Hmm.
before you leave the room, don't wait till the record gets played. Let people know up front
Yeah.
so it don't turn into no mess. Like, oh, you ain't tell me you was worth this. That's really what they be saying.
When you're really
Like,
worth more, but
right. You get what I'm saying? Because I ain't never heard nobody be like, no, they're singing the lyrics. Stop it.
Not, that's
Okay.
hilarious. No, I love that because a lot of songwriters are talking about how they, getting fees, getting a piece of a master, and how that is not necessarily what's happening right now, especially with streaming and the
Mm-hmm.
streaming rates. So, what advice would you give to a new songwriter who is, not an artist, who's trying to get cuts? What advice would you go in terms to give them in terms of business and how to handle their business?
I honestly think you need to figure out your worth. Okay. So I have a day rate. At this point, I don't come in the room. I'm not coming in the room unless it makes sense. And when I say makes sense, I mean makes sense. Right? It has to be a life-changing situation for me not to be like, I need this a day.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not even about like you gonna pay me, but listen, I got bills. I have a child.
You do,
Like
yes.
this life doesn't function on air in hope.
Period.
I can't call LADWP and be like, guess what? I think I might be able to pay you soon.
Yeah.
Maybe. No. I don't care if it's fucking $25.
Mm-hmm.
It's to take care of your food and your gas for that day. You charge them people to go
Yeah.
in that room because you're asking for something you can't deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't deliver it to me, bye. Because that's how the universe, that's how you tell the universe what you want. You can't keep
Yeah.
saying yes to no and then expect
Mm.
more good. You get what I'm saying?
You are
If
preaching.
I'm
Is
just
a
get
word.
you get what I'm saying? Because I had to really,
Yes.
and that's what when you speak on Kay, it's not like fuck her and like no, I
Mm-hmm.
had to really say no to her to open up a door for Megan Trainor.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I signed to Disney, Disney wasn't worried about no K Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we're starting from here moving forward. We're not even worried about that. We're listening
Yeah.
to the songs that you do, not
Yeah.
what you did. That's not even on
Mm-hmm.
our radar. We're worried about
Mm-hmm.
this and
Mm-hmm.
where you're going and where we see that you're going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Disney has 20 writers. It's not by coincidence that I was one of the 20.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not getting signed there.
Yes.
Whether you have relationships there or not, I don't care if your homie's there. Or if it
Mm-hmm.
don't matter if you got relationships with people there. If you're, they want what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, you got to learn how to say no.
Yeah.
Say, okay, you heard it. Say yes to no. Don't say,
Saying
stop
yes to
saying yes
no.
to no.
Yes.
Please. You feel that shit in your spirit when somebody say, I mean, like, all I got is, all right, cool. Well, I need $50 because I gotta drive there. I gotta eat.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get home. So as
Right.
long as I'm not losing to help
Losing.
you
Yeah.
gain, we good.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, and that builds your confidence, and that builds your energy, your momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So I started at $25. Now I'm not gonna say what I'm getting, but
I mean,
listen,
you could just in theory what
I'm up there. Listen, I get what I
there's
get.
there's checks
I
being
started
got,
at zero though, but just know I don't leave my house unless I'm getting paid
and that's a
or unless it's
period.
paying off.
Well,
That's a word.
that's a
Catch
word.
that too.
I caught it. That was a good word. I felt that. Someone asked, just to switch gears just a tad bit. They said if you weren't a singer songwriter, what career would you be good at?
Rescuing animals.
Really?
I love animals.
Like all
Like I be
animals?
on Instagram crying over. I just seen somebody rescue a turtle out of a net today. Took me out of here. Okay, and I wanted to be there so bad to just like watch that
Oh.
turtle. I love animals because they can't speak for themselves, and we do so much to them, and we're so we think they have no emotion, no
Mm-hmm.
soul, no. God wouldn't put anything here that isn't important,
Yeah.
including you.
Oh, a word.
We are all necessary to
Minister Blush,
to
evangelist. I'm here. Yes.
everything's important. That's why
Yes.
I try not to kill bees and stuff, and don't try me though, bee. Don't be all up in here. But I try to contribute to the earth like it contributes to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like everything is just necessary. You see the bird, everything. If you just really sit and watch,
Mm-hmm.
none of this shit would make sense without none of this shit.
Truly.
So I just love animals. Honestly, I can't wait to see a whale. I haven't seen a whale. I want to see a whale. I want to handle lions. I want to see like I want to be up close. Like I want to do stuff
Yeah.
like that and really advocate for, just wildlife because we're killing everything. We're just like destroying everything.
Yeah. That's
So,
true.
you know, I
Yes.
would
I
be
love that.
an
I love
animal
that.
activist or something. You'd see me on Dodo. Do you follow Dodo?
No.
You should follow. What is it? The Dodo. It's like stories with people and animals. It's like a whole Instagram.
It's like an Instagram channel.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to like follow them.
The Dodo.
The Dodo.
Yeah.
Okay. Dio.
Hi, Danny. Danny's an amazing manager.
Oh, shout
DJ
out to Danny.
Snake. Little Debbie. Debbie Cakes.
So someone wants to know, how are you staying creative and keeping inspiration during the quarantine? Are you writing right now, or like?
I'm having key sessions with people I've worked with before and just
Mhm.
like, really,
Is that just like via Zoom, or how? What is that?
yeah, Zoom.
Okay.
We're doing Zoom. So, I'm just working with the people I've already worked with, have a relationship with. It's very easy
Mm-hmm.
to, it's a smooth transition. I'm resting.
Yes, me too. Me
I
too.
work almost every, when we were out and about and in these streets, listen, I was having
Yes.
sessions almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I would be like, nah, I'm gonna chill this week, I would get calls and it just wouldn't stop. So this is the first time in probably a year
Mm-hmm.
I've really been chilling
Yeah.
and really like regrouping and just getting my mental together because this is a time where you're going to expose yourself to yourself. So
Yeah.
anything that you've been hiding or holding, you sitting with that shit now.
Truly.
Okay, and you can't
Time to
go
deal with
nowhere.
it.
You can't escape. You can't go to the club. You can't go to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you and that shit.
Yeah,
So
I know that for me, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be writing a song every day, all day. I'm gonna be so creative, and literally, I have just been like, okay, meditating, resting, like not even like Netflixing a lot, just trying to find myself again. I didn't even realize that that was what I was doing, but
yeah,
just having so much time, you realize that even if you do watch like two movies on Netflix, you still have so much time to like really just
yeah,
meditate and reflect and learn, and being able to do things. So I think that's.
yeah. There's so much to figure out. Figure it out.
Oh, I love this question because so you do have a song that I love. Hand is safe in mine.
Oh, I remember that
Love
song.
that song. I want to know because someone did ask. I'm trying. There's so many questions. So I'm trying to like talk and do these
Mm-hmm.
questions at the same time. But someone said, "Can we expect a new EP?" Because I want to know. We want to know the music. Well, when is the music coming?
No,
We
it's
want to
coming.
hear.
This is the thing. It's very special to me, and
Mm-hmm.
so Your Hand is Safe in Mine is on my EP.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an interlude to this song. Every song, there's an interlude to it. It
Mm-hmm.
goes into like a little moment before the song, kind of setting it up. um it's coming. I feel like it's going to be before September for sure, because my
Okay.
birthday's in September and I'm just like, I want to get it out before then. I've just been, and I feel like this is a time that a project like mine, you can really listen to it because there's not,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are just, I think this was the time we needed to just slow the fuck down. Everybody
Yeah.
just been putting out hella music. You're just rushing to put out music and all the music
Yeah.
just sounds rushed.
Yeah.
Everything just sounds like,
Oh, Sounds Rush.
it
Yes.
does. It just sounds like here,
Yes.
here, here, here. Listen to it, love it. It don't
Here's
feel like
another one.
nobody thought about it. Where are the interludes? Where are the skits?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are the projects?
The
The
stories. Oh,
stories, like the
yes.
album is a moment. Confessions was
Mm,
a moment. That was a moment, a
yes.
time in his life. It wasn't his entire fucking life. It wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't his entire story. It wasn't his. It was that a moment in his life when he was going through these things.
Mm,
Not even him, but JD.
mm,
That was JD's story. You get what I'm saying?
mm,
So yeah.
mm.
So it's like, but it was just executed. It was just like,
So well, yeah.
we having a good time saying yeah, and then I'm like, but I'm really feeling this girl, and this is, it
Mm,
was just everything just
yes.
segued and was just beautifully put together. That's one of the best albums ever to me.
That
And
yeah, for
it
sure.
hasn't been like Lauryn Hill, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like,
Oh.
come on, like even Jill Scott, like that whole era of like even Kendrick, not even that far, Drake. It just,
Mm,
everything is just, it flows into each other. It's thought out. It's not
mm,
like a whole bunch of hot songs put together.
mm.
You know, it's not a mixtape. A lot of these people putting out mixtapes talking about my album. This is not an album. This is a mixtape. This sound like this shit got leaked. Like some 14-year-old put
A
the
playlist.
the playlist together, and this is the album. And it's not
Yeah.
even no shade, but I just feel
Yeah,
like a
no
lot of
shade.
people know that they're not putting in the effort like it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know the numbers don't lie.
Well.
Streaming lies a little bit. They do be, listen.
we just gonna let that happen. We're just gonna let that
What
happen.
happened?
I would love to know, do you ever face writer's block and how do you get past that if you did?
I did at one point, and I got past it because I stopped giving a damn. I'm not, oh
Mm,
yeah, Rihanna's looking for a record like this, or Kelly's looking for a record like this, or like that. I don't do shit like that in the studio no more. Like, why are we even
mm,
talking about that? Like, let's
mm,
just write a record. Let's go off. Let's use my energy, your energy, their energy, whoever's energy is in the room, and let's just create.
mm.
Because there is no like perfect Rihanna song. There is no
Yeah.
perfect Beyonce song because they say something, they tell you what they want, and then they put out something completely different.
Mm,
I was working when I was. They were talking about when they were working on you know, I'm not even gonna say the artist. There's artists before they said, listen, he's coming out. It's gonna be like gospel without saying God. Just love songs without God.
okay.
Like Christian songs without God.
Okay.
And then he puts out a song that's like talking about, some sexual innuendo, and I'm like,
You confused.
I'm
You
very,
had
but it
questions.
happens so much. Like I've had
Yeah.
movie people working on movie soundtracks say we need like they throw shit together. I don't even know what they be saying sometimes. Like a James Brown, Bruno Mars, Barack
Mm.
Obama, Shania Twain feel. Bitch, what? It's that
Oh
whole
my
like
goodness.
you don't know what they want.
Yeah,
They
they
don't
don't
know
know what
what
they
they
want,
want until they
clearly.
hear it. And I
Yeah.
just feel that, like,
Yeah.
people, you don't know until they hear it. So just
Yeah.
create. Because that
Oh, I
day
love
you
that.
created for Kaylani, it might work for her. That day you created for Justin Bieber, it might work for Justin Timberlake. That day you created for Kelly Clarkson, it might work for Katy Perry.
Yeah.
2 years later, 3 years later,
Oh, yeah.
because I have a song that I placed with Seven Streeter that I did with my homie Javon from Florida. He's amazing.
Shout out to
Um,
him.
and we did that record in 2013. It didn't place till 2017.
Oh, wow.
It happens like that.
I love that because so that has into what you were saying earlier about being consistent. Because
Yeah, just keep going.
yeah,
Just
I
keep
love that.
going. Like, you don't know where these records are gonna go, and when you might be
Mm.
ahead of your time and be playing yourself.
Oh, not
You
knowing your
might
worth
be
or
ahead of the
value.
game and think you whack because they don't like it right now.
Mm.
My whole EP is songs that I've done that I was just like, And there's a reason they didn't get placed.
Yeah.
But when I put them together and put interludes to them and put them on a project, that shit, man, it was just dope.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, we were talking to a producer last week, and he was basically saying the same thing about how he created this sound and how no one accepted this sound. And it was
Mm-hmm.
now it's a sound. It's a trap soul sound. And now everybody's trying to set a
Oh
sound,
yeah,
take the sound, do it. So I love that you said that timing and being aware of your timing is everything. So someone asked a question. I'm just gonna incorporate my own question into it. They said,
yeah.
"Have you considered mentoring new songwriters?" But I also want to know, have you considered signing songwriters, starting a publishing company? Like, what is your
I do like. Hold on, let me move my table up a little bit. I do mentor on my own merit, right?
mm-hmm.
So I do go through my messages and my DMs that, they go to my, like, when you don't follow somebody, it goes
The
to, like,
general?
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I do go through there and I do respond when people have questions. I do respond. I don't always see them because I'm not always checking it, but I do respond when I do see them. When it makes, when you don't ask the question that, I can't always listen, and my opinion doesn't matter. Listen,
Why do you say that?
in a sense of, I can't tell you how to write a song.
Okay, I see.
I didn't get where I am by just listening to what people told me about my shit. Like, oh, that doesn't work for such and such. Because
Mm-hmm.
they don't really tell you why it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I just learned from overextending myself, going into sessions that I'm like, okay, cool, let me try this. Let me try this. Working with different people, working with different producers. It was just building a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I became the songwriter that I am. And you will become the songwriter that you are
Mm-hmm.
based off of the work that you put in and the experience that you allow yourself to have. If you don't allow yourself to work and take chances and be here and stop having the same sessions, you keep having the same type of sessions, you're not going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
If
That's a
you're not
word.
feeling scared, if you're not feeling uncomfortable, then you're not growing.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
feel
no, that's
like
good.
I've had to go into rooms with people and be uncomfortable and not like the way they work to grow,
Wow.
and been like, why are they like this? But then I hear the song at the end and it's a good song, and I'm like, oh, so it still works this way.
Yeah.
You know what
Wow.
I mean? Because I had to humble myself. I had to really, like,
Yeah.
be okay with, like, it not being creative my way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. My opinion. I'm not here to give you my opinion because
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about nobody else's opinion. I don't care if you like me or not. I don't care if you like what I do or not.
Ooh, period.
Because the people who need to hear it will hear it. The people who need to like it will like it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work for Haley Steinfeld, but it worked for Demi Lovato. Do you get what I'm saying? So does it
Yeah.
really matter that Haley Steinfeld did, like, not that she didn't
Mm-hmm.
like me, but our session just we didn't get anything.
Yeah.
So, but hey, it worked for Demi. It
Yeah.
didn't work. It didn't, it didn't work for a lot of artists that I work with. It wasn't like a crazy, amazing session. And
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with a lot of people, but it did
Mm-hmm.
work for, the people I work with. It worked for Mason Gray. It worked for Chris Brown. It worked for Megan Trainor. It worked, for all these other people. So it really didn't matter that they didn't like what I was given.
Mm-hmm.
I liked what I was given. It is what it
I
is.
love that. I love
And
that.
I think people get so stuck in wanting to be liked. This is not high school. We are grown.
It's not.
I
Yes.
don't care if these people like me. I have a whole human being who loves me unconditionally.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to like me. I need God to love me. I need my child to love me.
Yeah.
And you'll grow out of that though. But it's
Mm-hmm.
a process. It's like growing up. It's a whole nother. You come in here as an infant songwriter, a baby, green.
Mm-hmm.
Learn the business, learn the contracts,
I love that. Yeah.
learn what's how what kind of deal you got. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
tell you MDRC in 2020, they are playing you.
Ooh.
Don't nobody got MDRC no more.
And that's basically like you have. That's basically when. Let's
So
see.
so there's 100%. Okay,
Right,
so
100%
when
of the
I signed to
song.
Sony, I signed a 3 song deal, right?
Okay, three
Right?
100% song.
100%. So that means, okay, I put a song comes out, major release though. It has to be a major release. Unless it sells over a certain amount, then it's then they'll count it. But major release, okay, so I put out 10 songs. Oh, I'm not even gonna do that. That's a lot of math. I put out 5 songs with 5%. So that means I've contributed 25% to
You're 300.
my 300%.
Yeah.
Right? Because 3 songs is a 300%,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So hold on, I'm a little thirsty. But that's all I did. But if you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what that means, you like, oh, 3 songs?
That's nothing. I
That's
got you.
nothing.
That's a day.
I delivered 4 songs in a year and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I also had an artist though. So
Oh, okay.
I did 11. I think 11 out of 13 on Kay's first album. And then I did every song on her second album. And then we did a musical that we turned the first album into a musical, which was a whole nother uh, 13 songs.
Mm-hmm.
So me and her collectively put out 50 songs. We had co-writes on some of them. Out of the 50, we probably had like co-writes on 15.
Okay.
The rest of them were just me and her. So that's 25, 25. So I got through my MDRC very fast,
Yeah.
and but it doesn't happen like that. I know people still in their MDRCs from
Well,
15 years ago
I know people too.
because they only got 10% here, 5% here.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't count because it was an independent, or this didn't count, because it wasn't licensed, meaning all the agreements are in, all the people on the song are accounted for, all
Mm-hmm.
the split sheets are in, all
Mm-hmm.
the if Billy you got Billy Bob from East Kabumfuck to come play the guitar, and then Billy Bob moved to Europe, it can't nobody get a hold of him. That song's not final, and that shit
Yeah.
don't count.
Yeah. Ooh, you're dropping gems.
So
I love it. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap on up. Thank you so much, Plus, for being with us. Again, this is on
yes,
behalf of our organization, F.A.T.E Global, which is the Foundation for Artistic Talent Empowerment. We provide mentorship services, financial services, artist services. Thank you so much. So I would love to ask this last question.
yes,
Because you, again, millions of records sold as a songwriter. You worked with some of the best people in our industry, Demi Lovato, Mary J. Blige, Chris Brown, Meghan Trainor, Kelly Clarkson, Bruno Mars. I mean, there's so many people.
yeah.
There's so many people to just get through. What are 3 tips you would give just to a new up and coming songwriting artist? Like your major, because you talk about being consistent, you talk about knowing the business.
Yeah.
What would be your 3 like highlight tips that you would give?
Um, the first thing I will say is know yourself.
Yes.
This it's just very, and we get into this game early. We get in here in our early 20s,
Mm-hmm.
teens, fresh out of high school, fresh off of college, and we're babies. We don't know anything. We don't know nothing
Mm-hmm.
about, we don't even know who we are. So know yourself, be kind to yourself. Like
Yeah.
for real, just like take it easy on you. You're
Yes.
good. We all broke. Okay, we all done been broke. I've been
Truly.
evicted. My phone has been turned off multiple times.
Yes.
I have been in sessions hoping that they be like, you eat? You want to order
Yes.
some? You get what I'm saying?
I love that. Yeah, you're so
I've been
transparent. God, someone called me. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Um, I've been terrified that they're gonna come repo my car. They have repoed my car.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but that
Yeah.
has not stopped me from growing and learning how to manage my finances, which is fucking hard because we don't
Mm-hmm.
have anything to manage.
Oh, well,
Do you get what I'm saying?
word,
So
yeah.
be kind to yourself. It is okay
Mm-hmm.
to struggle. It is okay to need help. It is okay to be broke. It is okay to not have what the artists in the room have or the other songwriters.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, people got roommates.
Oh.
People got help. Okay, people got sugar mamas. People got
Oh.
other things going on. Do not let
Oh.
people fool you.
Especially in LA.
In LA,
Especially
for
in
real. Do not let
LA.
people fool you, baby. People living in mansions with 20 people.
Oh.
Stop. Living in
Oh.
one bedroom apartments with 10 people.
Oh, yes.
Let's
Yes.
not in Beverly Hills though. Stop it. I don't have time.
you're,
Listen,
you're dropping facts. You have not
it's
lied
all
yet.
facts.
You have not lied yet. I know
You will
people.
meet them. You will experience it. You will meet somebody and they will
Yeah.
have the attitude, and you will go to their house and they won't have the home.
Oh, truly.
Okay. Um, and the third thing is just never quit.
Wow.
It's so easy to go home. It's
Mm-hmm.
so easy, and it doesn't seem easy because it's a hard decision.
Mm-hmm.
But to stay and thug it out and to pray it
Yeah.
out and to meditate it out and to believe it out is
Mm-hmm.
the goal.
I love that.
Like, for real. Don't stop. Don't. I ain't never stopped. Listen. My mom didn't had to take my child
Mm-hmm.
because it got that bad, and she had
Yeah.
to help me.
Mm-hmm.
I had to humble myself. Like, it's hard. We go through a lot
Yeah.
to just, and I'm not here to get a Grammy and recognition and all this. I love this. I don't care how many people
Yeah.
up in here.
Yeah.
I know when we post it and we put it out for people to just have it, whoever needs it will get it. And my experience is your lesson, right?
Yeah.
So I'm here as an example. I don't know how God's going to bless me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be a blessing.
Wow.
And that's how you go into it, because I'm telling you, I know plenty of people that went number one. All they chasing is number one. For what?
Mm-hmm.
You can be rich, you can get rich and not have to do all that. For real.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
working with plenty of independents. My
Mm-hmm.
independent artist I work with is about to hit 200,000 spins. There's
Yeah.
plenty of space out here, baby. Plenty of
Yeah, for
money.
sure.
Money that ain't got to be Beyonce money. It ain't got to be Rihanna money. It ain't got to be
Mm.
all these big major people. It could be enough to take care of you and your family and be okay with that shit, for real.
Yeah.
Because when that go out, because that girl all these independent artists I work with got a it's same chance.
Yeah.
Doja
Truly.
Cat, nobody was looking for Lizzo, Doja, or Cardi.
Period.
They had the same chance is Beyonce putting out a song and us not liking it,
Wow.
and it not doing nothing.
You better
Don't
preach.
let people fool you. I'm telling you,
You
do
better
not let people
preach.
play you.
Yeah.
If that little artist is what you investing your time in, and that little artist is investing in you and helping you take care of your family and your needs, bless it, love it,
Yeah.
enjoy it, put your all into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what Diddy did for Biggie. That's what Diddy did for Lil Kim. That's what Tina did for Beyonce. That's what Matthew did for Beyonce and
Yeah.
Destiny's Child. Those are the facts.
Yeah.
Believe in whatever's in front of you, baby. Don't let people tell you that all you got to get is Rihanna and Kanye's and Jay-Z's and it, like that's amazing. I'm grateful, but
Mm-hmm.
Bob Marley ain't never get no Grammy. Elton John
Well,
ain't never get no Grammy.
well. Wow. Wow. You are
And we be jamming,
preaching.
don't we?
We be jamming.
We
There are people who have
jamming,
Grammys who we don't even
okay?
know.
And them three
So.
little birds be singing. We be singing all that. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
Yes. Yes. I
Okay.
love it. I love it. Wow, that was so. Thank you again for joining us and being a part. This was
I love you too.
amazing.
No, I'm talking to Jasmine,
Oh,
Soda
shout out
Pop,
to them. Shout out.
Avery. I love y'all. Tyree, I see you. I'm so grateful for y'all being in here today. Anybody who's in here getting these gems, listen, y'all
Yes,
gonna be, you
yes.
got them. Period. Run with that shit.
Yes, some true. You dropped straight facts. I love it so much. You are a queen. You wear
Oh,
your
thank
crown
you.
so well. Thank you again. Make sure you follow Blush, follow me,
Yes.
follow Fate Global, follow us all. And I love this so much. Thank you again for
And
doing
if you,
this.
I'm gonna just say this to everybody in here. If you would like me to share my EP, because I have a private link. If you want me to share the EP, just DM me and I will send that shit to you. And I would love
Yes.
feedback and I just want you to just dive into it.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a be DMing
Yes, I will be sending it.
it. Well, you have a great day.
You
Enjoy your
guys too. Stay
quarantine. Thank
blessed. Y'all
you.
stay safe. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, just keep it together and keep
Yeah.
growing and keep thriving and don't stop. Period. We out here.
Amen. Period. Stay consistent. Stay trying. Keep going.
Yes.
Love it.
All right. Love y'all. All
Bye. Love you.
right.
Have a
Bye
good
bye.
day.